Last week at conference, we had the privilege of seeing James Lawrence, the Iron Cowboy, speak. 6 weeks ago, he had just finalized doing 100 Ironman Triathlons in 100 days, which by any stretch of the imagination would be an impossible feat. He was able to accomplish it, and just what an incredible story. And when asked, hey James, inevitably when you feel like quitting, when you want to give up, when you just don't want to do it anymore, what was going through your mind to, get back on track? And he said, will this next step kill me? Of course the answer was no. And so he would jump in and finish the mission for the day, essentially. And it just really gave perspective that there's no hurdle, there's no obstacle, there literally is nothing in our way, typically, except our mind. And his just single focus decisiveness that he was going to set out and he was going to do this made it really evidently clear that for any of us, right, having a fully focused 100% vision on this is exactly what I want to accomplish, this is exactly what I want to do, whether that's in business or life or whatever, when you are solely focused on that, everything else that becomes a distraction or an excuse or, a decision to be made is fully focused on that, and it's very straightforward and simple. And then every day it's just about getting up and doing those things that is going to move the needle forward to that goal. So something stupid simple, but it came up, we needed to choose a paint color for the house the other day. And I think that I trust that most people get lost in this decision for about, 6 to 8 weeks, right? Didn't have 6 to 8 weeks, had about 6 to 8 minutes, looking and reviewing paint colors and just going, yep, let's go with it. And, a little bit of nervousness, a little bit of anxiety, like, oh, is this the right one? Whatever. Turns out it looks great, So being decisive towards just getting things done and, again, moving the needle forward, I think it's way better to make a choice or get something done or finish it, even if it's not perfect, even if it's not relished over for, days, weeks, months, whatever it might be, getting things done and then moving on to the next. And when you have a clear vision or goal, I think it's way easier to just laser in and get things done. Of course, in, weather or, health issues, physical issues, right? All kinds of things happen. I mean, on day one of the start, it snowed, and you typically road cycle when you do a triathlon. They couldn't, right? They had to bust out fat tire bikes to be able to, ride on the snowy pavement and things like that. So, of course there are setbacks. Of course there's even negative mindset, right? And he spoke of it. There were days where what am I doing here? Why am I here? All those kinds of things. And it's going back to the vision. It's reminding yourself why you're doing it, what your purpose, why you set out to do it, who you're doing it for, whatever it might be, and then just simply getting back on track. There's a quote out there somewhere, Tony Robbins, I think. 20% of business is execution, 80% is mindset. And yet we go to these conferences or there's this materials out there or a course or whatever the fuck it is, and 80% of what's out there is tactical and execution and how, we know how to do this stuff. It's our mind that gets in the way. And what was super cool about James is he just took that all away. He's like, I can figure out the tactical shit. It's nutrition, it's fitness, and I got coaches and people to help me with that, right? Really where I need to go is pushing my mind and my body to a limit that, can't be broken. The reason he did the 50 was obnoxious, well, nobody's ever done it before and I'm going to do it. The reason he did the 100 was he thought in the 50 he didn't find his breaking point, which is a bit holy cow of an unlock, right? I thought, wow, you are really, not only willing to push your body to an extreme level, but your mind. It was more about his mindset than anything else. And it's a fascinating Tony Robbins quote that business or, hell, even life, in your dreams and your goals and your vision, 20% is execution, 80% is your mindset. So why aren't we seeing more of how to unlock that in an interesting way?